Alright, so today guys we're going to talk about the stock roof rack. Now don't mind all of that, that's bird poop. That's what happens when you live right on the bay, beach in San Diego. So I started disassembling this because I wanted to get it off to try to see if there was rust underneath, and there is. So I guess this is a known thing for the 80 series. So I started with that side. I couldn't get it off. And what I realized is I messed up because I should have started with PB blasting everything and waiting a couple days. So I did that with this side, and bam, look. So this side ripped right off. But look at under there. Not horribly bad, I guess you could say, but bad enough, man. Like, look at that. Alright, so that's obviously the rubber grommet that's supposed to stop rust from getting in. You can see there's definitely rust. Look at all that nice rust. And then it leaves holes as well. So yeah, I need to get up here. I need to get that side off, that side off. Grind down some of this rust. Hoping this thing can just pull right off now. Oh yeah, look at that. Like I said the other day, that was stuck. You can still see the screw in there. Wow, no wonder why it was stuck. Look at that. It's rusted in. So letting PB Blast sit on this for, I don't know, it's been probably 3 days. I've done it, I did it twice a day for, yeah, probably the last 3 days. Just filled these holes up and left it once in the day and once at night. Let's see if that front comes off now. So as you can see, I started blasting this one already. The reason I did that is to try to get these fucks off. As you can see, those two were stuck. So what I'm planning to do, if I can't get this off right now in front of you, is I'm going to use a hacksaw, and I'm literally just going to saw those off. Okay, there goes one. So one came out. Let's see if we can't get the other one out. Let's see if we can't get this last one out. This last one's not going to come out very easy, so I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Hacksaw M18. Really didn't want to do this, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And there you have it. Fresh, clean cut. A lot of bird poop. So let's remove the rack, pull it off, clean this top off, and then we'll go to the next part of talking about these holes. Alright, at the self-clean car wash. Rack is off. It's time to spray this sucker down. Now I haven't plugged up those holes yet. So a little water might get in there, but I don't think it's going to be enough to really matter. Got to clean off that poop and all that stuff. Alright, here we go. Alright, back from the car wash. So now I just got to do some stripping. And for that today, I'm going to be using my M18 drill with that wheel. I've also used the wire wheel, but I like this because it's broader, especially something like this where I'm not trying to get into small grooves. And I got the safety goggles, glasses, whatever you want to call it on. So let's get this party started. Alright, so I'm going to videotape this one, and then I'm just going to do all 4 off the videotape, because there's no reason for me to videotape all this. See how that looks? Looks pretty good. The only thing I'm not really liking here is 2 things. It looks like I kind of bent that hole up a little bit. I'm pretty sure it should be more smoother. And 2, it looks like it started to rust through this section right here, right next to the hole. Not great. So, lesson learned. Next time, check your shit way sooner. Alright, so I'm going to do the rest of these, and we'll come back after. Alright, so that's what it looks like once grinded down. You can see there's 2 holes. Like some of them, it looks like the screw might have broke off inside. And what I did too is I went bigger than I had to, just to make sure that I got all the rust areas. And you can see here, that's where it's not even smooth anymore. There's that one, and that's one. So let's go around to the front. So you can see on this one, it might be too close, how right there, that is too close, it started to go through the actual metal. Eventually what I need to do too is take these off, these brackets. You can see that one. There we go, that's a little better. So you can see right there that actually the rust started eating through the metal, because there's the hole, there's the other hole. Like I said, you can see how that hole isn't as flush as that one. Now I could grind that all the way down to make it flush. I don't think it's a big deal though. But even on this one, you can see how it's really rough, because that rust has been eating away for a long time, making it pitted. And then there's the smooth side. Sorry about that. But eventually I probably will pull up these two, just to check under these to make sure there's no rust or anything. And I guess this is actually a known issue. It's something that I've been wanting to tackle because I saw some bubbling up on the Raptor liner. So I had a feeling that there was some rust under there that was probably already on there from the old stock paint that I just didn't catch. And they just Raptor lined over it at the shop we had it done in Mexico. So there's a couple ways to fill in these holes, right? So one way is you can buy a kit at Wit's End that just uses those stock screw holes, and it screws in, and then it uses a rubber grommet to on top of that, so when you tighten it down, it makes it water sealed tight. Now the problem with that is they're $50, which isn't hugely a problem for me. That's expensive maybe to some people, but you know, it is what it is. He's the only one that makes that kit that I've seen. And man, doesn't it look completely different without the stock rack? A lot of people say they like it a lot better without it. I'm kind of indifferent. I'm not sure yet. Like I said, I'm probably gonna, I still got to take off those rails maybe. We'll see. And but back to what I was talking about, those plugs that Wit's End sells, they won't be back in until sometime in May, if that. So, and it's April now, so that's a month away. As you can see earlier in the video, the clouds weren't great, so I need to plug them up before then. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably just going to buy some Bondo, because I could probably use it anyways for a little body work I want to do on some of the trim on my truck. And you know, I might be able to use it for the future on some of this stuff, but I'm probably going to Bondo those holes in, sand it down, make it nice and smooth. And then I think what I'm going to do on top of that is rough it up with some sandpaper, and then I might do a little filler primer that I have left still for when I did the roof of my truck. I repainted that, took off all the rust on that. So, and then on top of that, I'll probably use some Herculiner like I did on my other video when I refreshed the paint job on this, and just kind of slowly build up 2 or 3 coats of the Herculiner on top of those spots. And again, this car is not a show car for us, right? This is just a car I like to take out with the wife and the puppies out into the middle of nowhere, bang her up a little bit. So for me, I'm not trying to make it look perfect on the roof. I just don't want it to leak. But at the same time, I don't want it to be crazy looking either. So I think that's a good mix in between. A little Bondo, fill up those holes, and then some filler primer just to give it another coat, scratch that up, and then 2 or 3 coats of the Herculiner, and I should be set to go. I don't have the Bondo right now, so who knows, maybe I'll I'll go buy the Bondo and maybe finish the video on this, which I probably will. So let's see how that looks. Alright guys, so now that the rust reformer is all dried, it has its time. It's time to add those plugs I was talking about. And I got these off Amazon, so I'll link them below. And that's what they look like. Just a little bit black. And then that is what I'm going to use. Dynaflex Ultra Dab, weather resistant, crack proof, resistant UV fading and dirt buildup. Lifetime mold, mildew, algae resistant, 1 hour rain and paint ready. All right, so not only is it pretty awesome of everything that it does, but it dries really fast, which is good. So I'm gonna get up here and show you guys me doing this one. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go to this side. All right. So let me adjust. Bam. So I think you guys can all see that. I'm working on these holes right here. Of course, I showed you I had more holes, but that's what it looks like now with the rust reformer on top. It's just nice and black, right? So a lot of people will just use something like this or just this, right? So they just throw this in there, boom, done. What my idea is I'm going to put a little bit inside and a little bit on this groove on top of that rim, just like that. So let's hit it. I don't want to talk super fast. There we go, it's coming out already. And I should have wore some gloves with this. That way I could have used the gloves to actually put this around. That would have made this a lot easier. So I'll probably do the rest with gloves on, actually. Bam, there we go. That looks really good, actually. Got a little extra, so I'm going to fill in that hole right there. That hole is going to be a pain in the ass because it's so big. Right, so you obviously get the idea. So now you can see it, I wrapped it around that edge. And I'm thinking for this I should have brought like a little mallet. Oh yeah, definitely should have brought a mallet. Hold on, I'm going to put this down. Wow, these are pretty tight to push in these holes. Yeah, I'm gonna go get a mallet and we'll be right back. All right, back. Got the rubber mallet. See how this works. Okay, that worked pretty good actually. And now what you can do is just smooth out any of that stuff around the seals of this. That way it's nice and completely sealed off. So let's do that next one. Okay, I already got the stuff in there. Got a little on my finger. Just gonna work it around it. And to me, this just gets it a better seal, right? So not only do you have now the plug with all those grooves that's going to lock out water, because basically the water or whatever it is would have to get past each and every inside seal of this stuff, and then on top of that, it has to get past the seal on top as well. Same thing, any of that stuff that comes out, or you could even add some if none comes out, right? But you see how when I hit it, some of the extra will pop out, and then you just use your finger. Again, it's gonna get a little messy, so maybe use some gloves, and just so you get that really nice seal. So you see that? Just a really nice, good looking seal. And so now I'm going to do all of these holes, just like these two, and get back to the next part, which I'm not sure if I'm going to do yet or not. But either way, I'll do an end closing of my thoughts and impressions of this. Alright guys, so now I let the rubber sealant dry for a couple of days actually, and it's gotten a lot harder, should I say, right? And then on top of that, I used some Herculiner just to match the bed liner that we have on the car already, and it's not perfect match. Now I still got to clean up these lines, right, from the dirt. What I plan to do here is sand it down probably with a little hand sander, and then use maybe some like Simple Green degreaser, clean it up real nice, or alcohol, and then again use some more Herculiner on top. But overall, I'm pretty happy. It's I've already tested it with some water. So far, looks like it's not leaking. Let's go to the back over here to see these ones. They all look really good. So I ended up not even using the bodywork putty. That one I might fill with a little bit more of the black weatherproofing seal stuff, just because you can see there's a little hole. It's a little divot, should I say, not a hole, but water could basically puddle there, and I don't really want any puddling. I want it more of a flat, kind of like this one is. So see how the water would hit it and just slide right off. And you can see these are really good looking. Just really nice, flat, and smooth. This is probably the only one that I was having some trouble with. So what I'm going to do on this one, now that it's nice and dry so I can see how it turned out. No water still leaks in here, and I tested it, but what I'm going to do with this one even is fill in this gap over here with more black sealant, and then Raptor line over that as well. A little bit more Raptor lining peeling, and that will completely close up that one, even though it is closed now. Like I said, I checked it, but that's just something with my OCD, I guess. I just want to make sure it's good. So, yeah. Was able to close up all the holes on top. Pretty easy job. It just takes a couple days because I like to let everything dry. And I already threw away the the stock roof rack, just because I feel like, you know, plugging those up was such a better idea, so that way it doesn't re-rust. And if I do want to rack, I'm going to get a future one that clings into the rail right there, so that way that there's no weak points in that roof with the rust. But I think it looks really good without it. So let me know what you think of that roof job. Comment below, and hopefully you like the video.